Let me share something that could truly transform your approach to weight loss after 60. Especially if you struggled with stubborn belly fat despite trying countless diets, intense workouts, and various lifestyle changes without much success. This is not just another fad or quick fix solution. It's firmly grounded in solid scientific research with proven long-term benefits. For instance, a comprehensive Johns Hopkins study tracked over 12,000 adults for nearly 2 decades, employing precise body measurements and advanced imaging techniques to gain an accurate understanding of fat distribution and loss over time. The study revealed a surprising finding. Traditional cardio exercises, while beneficial for overall health, barely made a dent in reducing dangerous belly fat, compared to a relatively simple yet highly effective dietary change. This change alone resulted in a remarkable 73% reduction in visceral fat, the harmful fat that wraps around vital organs like the liver, pancreas, and heart. This type of fat is particularly insidious because it is strongly linked to the development of serious health conditions such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and even certain types of cancers, making its reduction absolutely critical for extending longevity and improving quality of life. What's even more encouraging is that those who successfully lost this visceral fat did not necessarily increase their exercise regimen dramatically. Instead, they focused on making one strategic dietary adjustment that had a massive, lasting impact. In fact, surgeons frequently recommend these exact steps prior to major surgical procedures, because excess visceral fat complicates recovery, increases the risk of complications, and prolongs healing time. This method consists of 7 key steps, with one particular step responsible for nearly half of the total fat loss experienced by participants. When combined, these steps helped individuals shed an impressive 4 inches off their waistline in just 30 days, clearly demonstrating the power and effectiveness of this targeted and scientifically validated strategy. Notably, Step 7, strategic meal timing, is absolutely crucial for achieving the best results. As we age, our metabolism undergoes significant changes, altering how our bodies process and respond to nutrients at different times of the day. For example, consuming food late in the evening causes a spike in insulin levels, which signals the body to store fat rather than burn it during sleep. Research highlights that insulin sensitivity in adults over 60 decreases by nearly 40% after sunset, making it far easier for their bodies to store fat during nighttime hours. In fact, participants who consumed identical meals but completed their eating by 6 p.m. lost 2.3 times more belly fat than those who ate until 10 p.m., underscoring the critical importance of meal timing in fat loss efforts. To harness this knowledge, aim to finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime, typically by 6 or 7 p.m., and prioritize heavier meals earlier in the day, while keeping dinner lighter. This approach not only boosts overnight fat burning, but also enhances metabolic health, energy levels, and overall wellness. These simple, science-backed adjustments in when and how you eat can profoundly transform your body and health after 60, enabling you to feel more energetic, reduce your risk for chronic diseases, and fully enjoy your life with newfound vitality and confidence. Imagine fueling a fire by placing the largest, driest logs onto it early in the morning, when the flames are at their strongest and most vigorous, rather than piling heavy damp wood onto dying embers late at night when the fire is barely smoldering. This vivid analogy introduces a crucial concept that many people tend to overlook: the importance of prioritizing soluble fiber in your diet for optimal metabolic health. Soluble fiber, unlike insoluble fiber, has the unique ability to dissolve in water and form a gel-like substance within the stomach, which slows digestion and prolongs nutrient absorption. This transformation plays a significant role in altering the way your body digests and processes food, ultimately benefiting your metabolism, regulating blood sugar levels, and improving fat storage mechanisms. A compelling study conducted by Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, which followed over 1,100 adults for a period of 5 years, demonstrated that increasing the intake of soluble fiber by just 10 grams daily resulted in an average reduction of 3.7% in visceral belly fat, even without making any other changes to the participants' diets or exercise routines. This finding is especially important for individuals over the age of 60, because as we age, our gut microbiome, the diverse community of bacteria residing in our digestive tract, undergoes significant changes that often include a reduction in beneficial bacterial species that are crucial for maintaining a healthy weight and efficient metabolism. Soluble fiber acts as a prebiotic, feeding these good bacteria and enabling them to produce short-chain fatty acids. These fatty acids send important signals to the liver, instructing it to decrease fat production, and to the brain, promoting feelings of fullness and satiety, which naturally curtail overeating and reduce calorie intake. To ensure you're getting enough soluble fiber, incorporate foods such as oats, various types of beans, lentils, apples with skin, and flax seeds into your daily meals. The recommended target is around 25 grams of fiber per day, ideally spread out across different meals and snacks, to provide a steady supply of nourishment to your gut bacteria throughout the day, thereby supporting digestive health and overall well-being. However, accurately tracking your fiber intake and overall diet can be challenging, especially for those over 60, who may struggle with portion control, changing appetite, or lack detailed nutritional knowledge. Many people unknowingly consume meals that appear healthy, but are either deficient in soluble fiber or exceed their daily calorie needs, which can sabotage weight loss or maintenance efforts, despite disciplined eating habits. This frequent uncertainty and lack of precise information can hinder progress and lead to frustration or loss of motivation. That's precisely why I highly recommend using Cal AI, a personal nutrition assistant that leverages advanced technology to analyze your meals simply by taking a photo. It instantly provides detailed nutritional information, including calories, fiber content, protein, and more, automatically identifying foods and estimating portion sizes with remarkable accuracy. From my personal experience, Cal AI is an invaluable tool that not only saves time and effort in meal tracking, but also enhances dietary awareness and accountability. Although it is highly reliable, I always review each scan manually to verify its accuracy and make any necessary adjustments, ensuring that the data you rely on is as precise and helpful as possible for your health journey.
If you missed adding a handful of nuts or a drizzle of olive oil, it's easy to just include them afterward. It only takes seconds, and then your nutritional numbers are accurate rather than estimated. For even more precision, Cal AI offers an extensive food database that includes every brand of oatmeal, every type of yogurt, beans, soups, breads. Each item comes with detailed nutrition information. You only need to search once to save the food, making future entries faster and easier. This helps you consistently meet your daily goal of 25 grams of fiber, because you're no longer guessing if you've reached it. You can watch your fiber intake build up in real time on the screen. One of my favorite features is the barcode scanner. Just grab a cereal box, a high fiber cracker, or a protein bar. Scan the barcode, and it's logged instantly. No more scrolling through endless lists or guessing portion sizes. The app keeps a clear running total of all your intake right on the home screen. So at any moment you can ask yourself, have I hit my fiber goal today? Am I still within my daily calorie limit? And with a quick glance, you know exactly where you stand. Once you experience this level of clarity and control, you'll genuinely wonder how you ever tried to lose belly fat without it. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start knowing, click the link in the description to download Cal AI. Use our code SENIORSECRETS to get a 3-day free trial on us. By doing so, you'll support the channel while giving yourself a powerful assistant that keeps your calories, fiber, and belly fat goals on track every single day. Now, let's return to the steps. The next one targets a hidden issue that undermines weight loss for nearly everyone over 60 without them even realizing it. Step 5. Eliminating hidden inflammatory foods. This step involves removing specific foods that trigger chronic inflammation in your body. Not just obvious junk food, but those that appear healthy, yet quietly sabotage your ability to burn belly fat.
Inflammation and belly fat have a vicious cycle. Fat cells, especially visceral fat, produce inflammatory chemicals called cytokines, which then cause your body to store even more fat. It becomes a self-perpetuating cycle that even cardio can't break. You could spend an hour running on a treadmill every day, but if inflammation keeps signaling your body to hold on to fat, you won't see progress. Researchers at the University of South Carolina tested this by having participants eliminate 4 specific food groups for just 3 weeks. Refined seed oils, like soybean and corn oil, added sugars in processed foods, refined grains, like white bread and pasta, and conventional dairy products. The results surprised even the researchers. Inflammatory markers dropped by 41%. Belly circumference shrank by an average of 1.4 inches, and participants reported having more energy than they'd felt in years. To apply this step, start reading ingredient labels carefully. Seed oils are hidden in almost everything, from salad dressings to roasted nuts to restaurant meals. Replace them with olive oil, avocado oil, or butter. Swap refined grains for whole grain alternatives, or better yet, skip grains entirely for a few weeks to see how you feel. Choose fermented dairy like yogurt or kefir instead of regular milk and cheese. These small changes reduce the inflammatory burden on your body and allow your natural fat-burning processes to work properly. The next step addresses an internal issue you can't see but absolutely need to fix. Step 4. Optimizing protein distribution. This step focuses on how you spread your protein intake throughout the day, as most people over 60 eat little to no protein at breakfast, a moderate amount at lunch, and then consume the majority at dinner. This pattern disrupts metabolism and accelerates muscle loss, which is particularly crucial for effectively managing belly fat, since muscle tissue is metabolically active and burns calories even at rest. Each pound of muscle consumes approximately 50 calories daily, significantly aiding overall energy expenditure and weight control. Maintaining muscle mass is essential because it boosts the resting metabolic rate, which naturally declines with age due to hormonal changes, decreased physical activity, and other physiological factors. After the age of 60, muscle mass typically declines at a rate of about 1% annually due to sarcopenia, a condition characterized by the progressive loss of skeletal muscle, which in turn slows metabolism and increases the accumulation of belly fat unless properly counteracted through adequate nutrition, consistent exercise, sufficient sleep, and effective stress management strategies. Resistance training, combined with adequate protein intake and appropriate recovery periods, is one of the most effective ways to preserve muscle mass and maintain a healthy metabolism. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Nutrition demonstrated that adults over 65 years old who consumed approximately 30 grams of protein per meal were able to maintain more muscle mass and exhibited 27% less visceral fat compared to those who concentrated most of their protein intake in just one meal, usually dinner. This finding highlights the importance of not only the quantity of protein, but also the timing of protein consumption throughout the day. To optimize muscle and metabolic health, it is recommended to consume protein in amounts roughly equal to one's body weight in pounds, spread evenly across 3 meals. For example, a person weighing 160 pounds should aim to consume about 53 grams of protein at each meal. Ideal protein-rich meals could include options like eggs paired with salmon or Greek yogurt for breakfast, grilled chicken served with a variety of vegetables for lunch, and lean beef accompanied by quinoa for dinner, all designed to support muscle repair and boost metabolism. Once protein intake is optimized, carbohydrate cycling becomes the next strategic step for individuals over 60, involving alternating between moderate and low-carb days to enhance fat burning without negatively impacting hormone levels or energy availability. Completely eliminating carbohydrates could impair thyroid function and reduce overall energy levels, which is particularly problematic given that metabolic flexibility tends to decline with age, resulting in a greater reliance on carbohydrates for fuel. Research from the University of Alabama found that cycling between days with 125 grams and 50 grams of carbohydrates improved metabolic flexibility by 62% and led to a reduction in waist circumference by 3.8 inches after just 8 weeks. Aligning carbohydrate intake with levels of physical activity helps maximize energy availability and recovery. while consuming nutrient-dense carbohydrates such as whole grains, fruits, and vegetables ensures adequate intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. On low-carb days, increasing healthy fats from sources like avocados, nuts, and olive oil supports sustained energy, promotes satiety, and enhances the long-term sustainability of the diet. This structured nutritional approach prevents metabolic plateaus, supports ongoing fat loss, and maintains metabolic health, as well as hormonal balance. Following these steps, the next focus is on targeting adiponectin, a hormone that plays a key role in regulating belly fat accumulation and overall metabolism, making it a vital component in the comprehensive management of metabolic and weight-related health as one ages. Adiponectin, a hormone secreted predominantly by adipose tissue, particularly fat cells, plays an essential and multifaceted role in metabolic regulation by acting as a critical signaling molecule that instructs fat cells to release triglycerides into the bloodstream, while simultaneously encouraging skeletal muscles to preferentially burn fatty acids as a source of energy. This dual action not only supports overall energy homeostasis, but also helps prevent the excessive accumulation of fat, especially visceral adipose tissue, which is the fat stored deep within the abdominal cavity surrounding vital organs, a type of fat strongly linked to an increased risk of metabolic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and certain inflammatory conditions. Importantly, the protective effects of adiponectin on metabolic health appear to be largely independent of common lifestyle factors such as dietary intake and physical activity, suggesting that its presence and activity exert a direct influence on the body's metabolic pathways. Unfortunately, adiponectin levels naturally decline with advancing age, a trend that is exacerbated by the presence of increased abdominal or belly fat, creating a vicious cycle that promotes further fat gain and worsens metabolic disturbances. Fortunately, research has identified specific dietary components that can effectively raise adiponectin levels and thereby potentially disrupt this harmful cycle. For instance, magnesium-rich foods, including pumpkin seeds, almonds, and leafy green vegetables, have been shown to boost adiponectin concentrations by approximately 23% within a 4-week period. Additionally, omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oil, particularly eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, can enhance adiponectin levels by up to 30%, supporting improved insulin sensitivity and anti-inflammatory effects. Extra virgin olive oil, prized for its monounsaturated fats and potent anti-inflammatory polyphenols, has also been observed to increase adiponectin by around 19%. To maximize these benefits, combining these nutrient-dense foods, such as fatty fish like salmon or mackerel, dark chocolate containing at least 70% cacao, magnesium-rich nuts, and olive oil, in everyday meals can synergistically elevate adiponectin levels and help counteract the accumulation of harmful belly fat. Beyond dietary strategies, time-restricted eating protocols, such as the popular 16-to-8 method, where individuals consume all meals within an 8-hour window starting soon after waking and ending by early afternoon, have demonstrated remarkable metabolic benefits. This approach can nearly double fat loss compared to calorie restriction alone, by mechanisms that include lowering insulin levels, enhancing lipolysis, fat breakdown, promoting autophagy, cellular recycling, and increasing secretion of growth hormone, which collectively improve metabolic health and weight management. A notable study conducted by researchers at Johns Hopkins University highlighted that participants who adhered to a time-restricted eating schedule with appropriate timing experienced an average weight loss of 14 pounds and a waist circumference reduction of 4.2 inches, significantly outperforming control groups on conventional diets. Moreover, aligning meal timing with the body's natural circadian rhythms, specifically avoiding food intake late in the day when cortisol levels peak, further optimizes fat loss and metabolic function, making this a sustainable and effective strategy for long-term weight management and the prevention of metabolic diseases. Count forward 8 hours from the start of your eating window to determine when it closes. In this example, that's 4 p.m. Consume all calories within this window, focusing on larger, nutrient-dense meals earlier in the day, when insulin sensitivity peaks, which aids glucose processing and reduces fat storage more effectively. During the fasting period, drink plenty of water, black coffee, or unsweetened tea. These calorie-free drinks won't break your fast and help curb hunger while keeping you hydrated and supporting metabolic function. Though a 16-hour fast may seem tough at first, most people adapt within 3 to 5 days as hunger hormones stabilize and the body adjusts to the new rhythm. Many report feeling more energetic, clear-headed, and focused compared to eating constantly throughout the day. Surgeons often recommend this approach because it reduces visceral fat faster than many traditional diets, which improves anesthesia safety, enhances wound healing, and reduces complications during and after surgery. This system specifically targets stubborn belly fat without requiring extreme cardio routines or drastic calorie cuts, making it a sustainable and practical method for long-term health improvement. Each step builds on the last to gradually improve fat storage and fat-burning efficiency, promoting lasting changes. Start with step 7 for a week, then add step 6, progressing systematically for the best results over time. Traditional cardio often fails after age 60 because it doesn't address the hormonal and metabolic causes of belly fat accumulation. These dietary protocols target those root causes directly to promote lasting fat loss and overall wellness. Have you tried intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating before? Which step excites you the most? Share your experiences below and return in 30 days to update us on your progress and any changes you notice. Thanks for taking this proactive step toward better health and longevity.